Hello everybody, welcome back to Sunday Berries. Today we have a very exciting swatch. We are going to be swatching Lukas Aquarell 1862. This is a German brand of watercolors and they are professional artist colors. I came across them on Amazon. I was curious enough to want to get them, so I did. And today we are going to be swatching it. Let's go ahead and start the swatch. The first color we are going to be looking at is lemon yellow. The pigment is PY3. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and staining. Mastone. Very beautiful. It is just like any other lemon yellow that I've seen. It feels very soft and it's quite nice. Diluted version. Oh, this is really beautiful. I really enjoy this one. Also, it's worth mentioning that this color is also marked down as primary for Lukas Aquarell. So this would be their primary color. The next color we're going to be looking at is cadmium yellow light. The pigment is PY35. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining. Mastone. Wow, these feel very good. And they are very vibrant as well. The color is so clear and bright. And diluted version, so vibrant. I hope the camera is picking this color up because it's absolutely breathtaking. The next one up is Indian yellow. The pigment is PY65. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-transparent and non-staining. Mastone. Oh wow. Very intense, very warm. The cat yellow light is warm, but this one, it's almost already getting into that orange. Beautiful. And I made a mistake. It's not PG, it's PY65. So this is a yellow, a very toasted yellow towards that orange. Diluted version. Wow. They glide on top of the paper. Very nice. Quite a beautiful diluted version, as a matter of fact. The next color we are going to be looking at is Permanent Yellow Deep. The pigment is PO62. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and non-staining. Mastone. Wow. This is an orange just like the pigment suggests, because the pigment is pigment orange 62 and we can clearly see it, although it's called Permanent Yellow Deep. I am thinking it's called Permanent Yellow Deep simply because it has such a strong yellow undertone here, but it is an orange, a very light orange, very, very warm. Diluted version. Beautiful. And you can see here that the undertone is clearly an orange. Beautiful. The next one up is cadmium red light. The pigment is PO20. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining. Mastone. Oh wow, beautiful orange. This is an orange, although it's called a red. The pigment is pigment orange number 20, and it's a very reddish orange, quite beautiful and bright and vibrant, very vibrant. I have to say I'm very surprised with these colors. They are really good, very pigmented, quite nice. Diluted version. Wow. These colors will make excellent colors for mixings. The next one up is permanent red. The pigment is PR242. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and staining. Mastone. Wow. Now this is a red, of course, and quite a stunner. Very strong, very intense, very brilliant. Diluted version. Oh, this is absolutely breathtaking. It's not too pink. It's not leaning towards any purple. It's quite the nice light red. Beautiful. And oh my God, the mastone is just breathtaking. The next one up is alizarin crimson. The pigment is PR176. It has 2 stars for light fastness. It is semi-transparent and non-staining. Mastone. Wow. This is also a very vibrant red. It's already moving into that purple realm, or red purple, and it's just breathtaking, very nice and very vibrant. That mastone is gorgeous. Diluted version. Wow, take a look at this. Wow. This is quite breathtaking, and I am sorry, but it simply is. Let me know what you think of these colors. I know this is not very light fast, and that's the only problem with it, but what a color. And also let me know if you have tried out Lukas colors, because these are really good. Very interesting colors, very similar to others, and quite beautiful. I also want to say about the alizarin crimson is that a good alternative for this one would be the permanent alizarin crimson, which is very light fast, unlike this one. The next one up is magenta. This one is also marked down as a primary color. The pigment is PR122. It has only 2 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and staining. Mastone. It is a stunning color. However, I wouldn't use it for mixings. Unfortunately, because of the low light fastness, I wouldn't. But other than that, it's a gorgeous color. very vibrant as well. Diluted version. Wow. This, I think, would be considered a modern color. Quite a nice dilution here as well. The next one up is Dioxazine Violet. The pigment is PV23. It has 2 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-opaque and staining. Mastone. Whoa. This is what I've seen in other brands as a dioxazine violet. It's very strong, very deep, very rich color, and quite beautiful. Perhaps a little bit lighter than other versions that I have seen, but it's quite breathtaking. Again, the problem with this color is the light fastness. The 2 stars that they give, they say that is very good to excellent, but it's a very fugitive pigment. So I'm thinking that it's impossible for it to be very good to excellent light fastness. But look at this color right here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Diluted version. Oh, wow. Yes, it's breathtaking. A stunning color. It's just too bad that this pigment has such a low rating for light fastness. Beautiful. The next one up is Ultramarine Light. The pigment is PB29. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars. It is semi-transparent and staining. And the only thing that neither the website or the packaging mentioned was whether or not this pigment was a granulating pigment. Let's see, and hoping for some granulation here. Mastone. Beautiful. Very much like other PB29s. And it looks like it's granulating. And if that happens, I don't know why they don't mention it, but it's quite beautiful. We'll wait and see. Diluted version. Maybe I'm wrong. It seems to be granulating. It's really weird that they don't mention that it is a granulating color in their charts or in the packaging. So that's one part I don't understand. But it seems to me that it granulates. Very softly and very gentle, but as far as we can see right now, we have to wait until it fully dries and then we'll know, but it seems like it. The next one up is Prussian Blue. The pigment is PB27. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-opaque and staining. Mastone. Whoa. I love Prussian blues. Ah, it's just breathtaking. Diluted version. My God, isn't this a beautiful color? Can you imagine some bird feathers, butterflies with this tone? Love it. The next one up is Phthalo Blue. The pigment is PB15:6. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-transparent and staining. Mass Stone. Oh my God, this is brilliant. Gorgeous phthalo blue here. I've always had a soft spot for phthalo blues. I actually love this color. So I am looking at this one and I'm blown away. It's really beautiful. Diluted version. Oh, wow. And the beautiful thing is that it can be such a beautiful diluted version as well. But it's also a very good mixing pigment. Quite nice. The next one up is cyan, and this color is also marked as a primary. The pigment is PB15:3. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and non-staining. Mass Stone. Beautiful. It reminds me a lot of cobalt blue. And this is the first time I see a cyan in watercolors. Quite beautiful. It does remind me a lot of cobalt blue. Very bright, very intense, but at the same time that it has that translucency, because even as a mass stone, you can see through it. Diluted version. Beautiful. Wow, and I think it's granulating. Is this a cerulean blue? I have to check what that pigment is because it is granulating and it does remind me of cerulean blue, although there is some sort of a difference there, but it is granulating in my opinion. It's not marked as a granulating color, but it seems to be granulating. I can see it also in the mass stone. This color is a complete enigma for me right now because it does remind me of cerulean blue, but it's not quite like a cerulean blue. The next one up is May Green. The pigments are PY175 and PG7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and non-staining. Mass stone. Very bright, intense in its brightness. It does remind me of other May greens that I have seen, for example, in Sennelier, although I prefer the Sennelier one. But this one is quite beautiful and vibrant. That translucency is priceless. Diluted version. It is gorgeous. Again, quite a beautiful color, and I think it makes for a great mixer. The next one up is Chromium Oxide Green. The pigment is PG17. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining. Mass stone. Whoa. Quite impressive color right here. And I like it because it's very dark and at the same time it has this quality that attracts me to it. I think it's because it's not as bright as this one. It's moodier, it's earthier. Diluted version. Oh, wow. My God. Yes, it is very foresty. Beautiful. For landscapes, this one is priceless for landscapes. Wow. This is a wow color. I am officially impressed. The next one up is phthalo green. The pigment is PG7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is transparent and staining. Mastone. Whoa, very intense and definitely a phthalo color. This is the classic phthalo green that you can expect. It's very vibrant, great mixing color as well. Diluted version. Whoa. You can see just how vibrant and vivid this color is. The next one up is olive green. The pigments are PG36 and PO36. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-opaque and non-staining. Mastone. Oh, oh my God. Okay. Wow. This is a very earthy green and it is quite breathtaking. Very moss-like, very forest and greeneries and vegetation. This is beautiful. Diluted version. Oh my God. It is my favorite color of the lot. Wow. Okay, so I am literally speechless. It is just breathtaking, stunning, shocking. It's that beautiful. The next one up is English red. The pigment is PR101. It has 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining. And as you all know, my situation and my dilemma with PR101 is that I do not tend to like it. So let's see what happens with this one. I have liked a few others from other brands. Let's see about this one. Mastone. Wow. As expected, this is a very toasty red, brick-like, tile-like. Surprisingly, it's quite beautiful in this Mastone. Diluted version. Oh, wow. This diluted version looks great as well. And usually I do tend to like the Mastones, but not the diluted version. So I would love to see what's going to happen with this one. And we will have to wait for that to dry in order to know. The next color is yellow ochre, pigment PY42. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-transparent and non-staining. Mastone. Very nice. Diluted version. Oh, the diluted version is gorgeous. Wow. I am very impressed with Lukas Watercolors. I wasn't expecting them to be this good. The next color is a 3-pigment color, Burnt Umber. The pigments are PY155, PR176, and PBK7. It has 2 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-transparent and staining. And again, a shame that it only has 2 stars for light fastness. Mastone. Oh my God, this is breathtaking. It is just like most burnt umbers. Wow, very chocolatey, very beautiful. And I think the problem that makes it so non-light fast is PR176, because that is alizarin crimson. And yeah, I think that's what's making this color so weak in terms of light fastness. It is a lovely color. I just don't understand why they decided to use this pigment here. Diluted version. Oh my God. See what I mean? It's a gorgeous color. The next one up is also a 3-pigment color. It is raw umber. The pigments are PY155, PR176 again, and PBK7. It has 2 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining, but yes, this is the pigment that they all have in common, so it makes sense that it would lower the light fastness. Mastone. Oh my God. Wow, it has almost a green undertone. Look at that. Can you see it? Wow. It's very dark, very rich, very intense, actually quite dramatic. Wow, and that green undertone. Wow, this is a very beautiful raw umber. Diluted version. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Beautiful. It's breathtaking. Oh my God. Gorgeous. The next one up is Payne's Gray. Pigments are PR176, PB15:1, and PBK7. And it has only 2 stars out of 3 stars light fastness. It is opaque and staining. And again, we have that 176, that PR176, that alizarin crimson. Well, I think it's the factor here that is making these colors have a very low light fastness. Mastone. Whoa. As intense as I would expect from a Payne's Gray, and you can see that blue undertone right there. But this Mastone is absolutely intense and gorgeous and turbulent. It's everything you can expect from a Payne's Gray. Beautiful. Diluted version. Wow. It is quite a beautiful Payne's Gray. We'll have to wait for it to dry to really know if it's going to turn grayer or if it's going to remain leaning towards that blue. But wow, what a color. It's gorgeous. The next one up is Ivory Black. The pigment is PBK7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is semi-opaque and staining. Mastone. Wow. As expected, very dark. Very dark as a mastone, yet it's not that pure black. It is a softer kind of black, but beautiful and intense. Diluted version. Oh wow. It is definitely one of those blacks that are worth having. Well, I know I shouldn't be swatching a white because the paper is white. I am going to swatch this one simply because it has 2 pigments. It's called Opaque White, and the pigments are PW5 and PW6. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. It is opaque and staining. Let's take a look. Well, it's quite normal like any other. I don't see any difference. And obviously I'm not going to do a light wash for this. It is very much like a Chinese white or a titanium white. All right, I'm going to allow these to dry and we are going to get back and give you my full review. And I am really excited to give it because I am very surprised with these colors. Let's start by saying that Lukas Watercolors did surprise me. I was not expecting this type of high quality pigment. They are sitting in price range just above White Knights and below Daniel Smith. And as you can see, these colors are very highly pigmented, very beautiful. The only thing that I would change would be the alizarin crimson, that PR 176, for a permanent alizarin crimson, and I wouldn't have used PR 176 in these mixes for Payne's Gray, Raw Umber, and Burnt Umber because it made them less light fast. I am completely surprised and blown away by English Red, which is a color that I usually don't like, but I do like both versions here. My favorites, hands down, Chromium Oxide Green, which is PG17, Olive Green, PG36, and PO36. Absolutely breathtaking. And in third place would be Raw Umber, which this amazing green undertone going on here, but it's a very intense and earthy brown, which I love. Unfortunately, it has that PR 176 and I don't know if I would use it. But other than that, obviously the dioxazine violet and the magenta are colors that are low light fastness, so you have to be really careful with these. However, I am very surprised at the cyan. I've never seen it before. It reminds me of cobalt blue, although this one seems to be more brilliant and intense. I thought it was granulating, but I don't think it was. It was just how it behaved on the paper. The ultramarine light seemed to granulate just a tiny bit, but because they don't mention granulation on any of their labels or the website, I am going to say it's a non-granulating color, although ultramarine usually is, and I can see some granulation, but perhaps I could be wrong. So that's going to be something that I will be investigating further. The Payne's Gray, as I thought, from that blue undertone, it became a gray. It's a little bit bluer than, for example, the Ivory Black, but of course, the Ivory Black is pure one pigment, and this one has a combination of 3 pigments. So it's going to be a toned gray. Let me just say, I did love Lukas colors. They are smooth and quite beautiful, as I mentioned, and I'm quite happy with this purchase. The other thing is that I have been swatching on this sketchbook, and I think I'm going to start doing that from now on, so I can have them in just one place and I can just close it and keep them in the dark. That's one reason. The other reason is because the regular paper that I was using for swatches, I want to employ them for work. And also, one of my New Year's resolutions was to continue working on my sketchbook, the small one, and I will be painting and practicing a lot more with that. The last thing that I wanted to say was that every Tuesday at 1 p.m. there is going to be a video release from me. So you'll know from now on that every Tuesday at 1 p.m. you will have a video from me. I am planning to do a second video every week, and if that happens, it's going to be released every Thursday at 1 p.m. or every other Thursday at 1 p.m. And with that said, I am going to say goodbye for now. So please take care of yourselves, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, bye.